time for one of the coolest characters in this video game.
But Flame Dragon, I have unsubscribed.
I think half of my laugh was cut off by the Discord gargle, but I hopefully all of it made it onto the stream itself.
I heard a ha with a very long pause, and then a ha at the end.
I don't know. Is that funnier to have ha?
That is. It's funnier on my end. It's way funnier on my
damn
end.
It.
Because I'm just like, was it that bad? Like just the biggest delay.
No, I did this like raspy, wispy like ha 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 ha. But like I lost air halfway through it because I didn't breathe properly, and then so the Discord just like you must not be making noise. We're not gonna put this in. One of these days, I'm just gonna completely turn the Discord filters off, and then everybody gets to hear mouse clicks.
I mean, I'm fine with that. That's pretty much all I ever do is
maybe
have all the filters off.
Maybe today's the day. Hang on. Voice and video.
Like,
noise suppression.
Sometimes when I do a knee slapper,
there we go.
Or Tetsu does a knee slapper, you start laughing, but we just hear the beginning and then it's just gone. You can't hear anything else. Tetsu has the advantage that he lives in the same house, so he can hear you. But
all right,
I can't. So I'm just like, okay, the joke didn't land. I guess it's over then. I guess it's all over.
I've now turned off Discord noise suppression filters, so you're gonna hear everything. Hello, Maddie. It's the way it should be. I don't know. I'm usually pretty good about disruptive sounds. If it's bad, we'll find out today. It'll be a live experiment.
Well, it'll be a Discord problem.
Probably a Discord problem. Though I think because the OBS just pulls the mic, that all of my nonsensical crap like clapping and wheezing all makes it onto the stream for my beloved audience. So it's really just sometimes it's just a detriment to be in the call with me when I'm doing these. That's what we're finding out. Anyway, last time on Dragon Ball Z, we made it to Venat, which is like the perfect point because like from here on out, it's just gonna be rad. Though honestly, the first half of Elpis wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be. There's some good lore, and really just taking the piss out of Hermes. I had forgotten how they leaned harder into making you want to be friends with Meteion than I remember. But they're also trying very hard to make Hermes sympathetic when there's no sim in sympathetic. It's just pathetic. Kaboom. On that
that's a great opener. Let's go.
Come on. On that clickbait title, let's get this show on the road. It helps if I tabbed into the game. Hang on a minute, guys. There we go. Professional video game. Oh, Big Storm is on the shoulder. Hello, Hitlodeus. Alright, Venat, let's hit this. So Venat knows that we're from the future. So he figured it out in about 10 seconds because Venat's an absolute badass. My apologies. Before we move along, a colleague has tasked me with a matter which I'd rather not leave unresolved. It involves fighting a certain concept-engraved crystal and the quick-fingered Aureus who made off with it. An Aureus, you say? I think we might have seen the culprit before being distracted by the business with the shark. The walking shark, which Venat just wrecked it by doing an air jump, wielding her own weapons. And there's something else I want to pay attention to when we get into a tussle with her in a little bit. Is that I think all of her weapons are her primal weapons.
You learn all the mechanics in that fight.
You learn the Mother Crystal fight in here as well. But like the weapons that she pulls out, the sword and shield, the white mage staff, the enter chakrams.
Yeah, the chakrams. Yeah, I believe she does pull out all of them.
She does pull all of them. I think they're all like the primal weapons, like the one that Viola has on right now. Which is one of those things that you're just like, oh, she has cool weapons, and then later on you're just like, oh, that's why you have them. Anyway, that would of course lead us only to the Aureus. There's no guarantee that it doesn't drop or stash away the crystal you seek. Please, even that would be enormously helpful. While you are hunting down the thief, I could follow behind and scour the forest floor just in case. Could I ask you to join the search? I would appreciate another pair of eyes to cover the land to the west of here. Many thanks. There's a small bridge leading into Poietin Oikos. Let us meet up there once we've exhausted our efforts. Meteion is by all terms like friendly, like an interesting character. I think I'd made mention about how I definitely got that awkward new kid comes into class, and so you also being an awkward person are immediately paired with them, and you guys get along. Like they definitely hit that energy. But I didn't realize that there was like the first time you were paired up together, and you're just like, okay, yeah, this is understandable. And then there's a separate second time where you have to hang out with them. And I was just like, huh, we're pushing this, aren't we? And we're starting out the stream with me looking for a thing on the ground. Come on, company-issued Chocobo. I think I've decided that I can't call my company-issued Chocobo Shadowkeeper until I do Eden. Is that bit dead yet? If not, I'm resurrecting it. Or if it is, I am resurrecting it, and then I'm gonna.
What bit? Sorry.
Never mind.
No, seriously. Oh, fuck!
No.
I need to rewind.
No. It's me calling Shadowkeeper my company issued Chocobo. It's a Realm Reborn callback.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I got like distracted by the cat. I wasn't expecting jokes. I wasn't prepared. My hands were not ready to go. You just punched me in the face with a joke, and I didn't even see it coming.
Well, good news. There haven't been any jokes yet. Except
Flame
Hermes.
Dragon, you are the stream host.
Oh, there it is. Thank you. That was the. If you had missed that layup, then we'd already be off to a horrible start. Ugh. Yeah, Hermes is in the stream. I'm in the stream. All the possible jokes you could ever want, including jokes that we make. Hello, MXLK. Do you have something? The problem you present is vexing enough without adding the old Azem into the equation. And she wonders why these lines upon my brow grow deeper when she herself wields the hammer and chisel. The Azems, both mentor and student, are a force to be reckoned with. I find them a delight personally, but they have a habit of making MXLK look as if he bit down on a sour grape. This is probably one of the only times that tell don't show actually works without it being egregious. Because
Don't continue, sorry.
Because you know who Azem is, and you know all of the antics that you would be up to. And so normally you're like, well, what kind of nonsense? Do fill in the blanks. Like they throw that one like volcano line at us about how there's a story about how current Azem like rushed into an exploding volcano to go save somebody. But like that's it. And then after this, everything's just like, oh yeah, that Azem's up to no good all the time. And you're just like, show me. Apparently there's actually a story that was posted somewhere on the Lodestone that was actually like one of those little side hustles that they did, was actually one of Azem's antics, but that's not in game. That's more of a hunt it down. Not as bad as WoW in their fucking books, but anyway. It just sort of struck me there that everybody was talking about how much all the antics that the student Azem is up to, and I'm just like what? It just that was the immediate question that popped into my head. But I was just like, well, you could fill in the blanks, like you could just imagine what, and that's like the only reason that the specific thing doesn't fall apart. Anyway, that was me stepping all over whatever you're gonna say.
No, you're not stepping over it, because I actually should have just let you finish it. I was actually going to bring up a good example of a series that actually does tell, don't show all the time to great effect, and that is Sam and Max. The cartoon, the games, they do a very good job of that. It makes the universe feel significantly bigger than it actually is, to the point where people are actually confused that they might have missed comic books or games or TV shows, but they don't actually exist.
So they'll reference things that they did or acted upon, but like that never was shown in previous media.
Yes, yes.
That's interesting. Now, for Sam and Max, I'll say, well, two things. One, all rules have exceptions, including the rule that rules have exceptions. So, tell, don't show working somewhere does, like, it's not impossible. Two, Sam and Max earned it. And I guess I'm showing my cards a little bit, but I was going to be playing the Sam and Max series. And then they keep coming out with horror games. So I keep not playing it. I was going to play it after, what the hell was I even, I don't even remember, give me a minute.
End of the backlog.
Okay, so I was playing, oh my god, this is how long I've been planning this. So I was playing Other Side, and then after Other Side I was going to go play Sam and Max. And then the Cult of the Lamb DLC came out, and I'm like, well, okay, fine. So then I do the Cult of the Lamb DLC, and then the Resident Evil Requiem comes out. I'm like, okay, fine. And then I'm playing Resident Evil Requiem. I beat that, and then the Fatal Frame 2 remake comes out. And I'm like, okay, fine. I was also looking into, I think something called Little Gator Game. I still have to play Inscription. And then there's Still Wakes the Deep, which is with some weird Scottish horror experience on an oil rig.
Yes, I've heard of this one. Because people wouldn't stop fucking coming to me about it, being like, hey, they've all got funny voices just like you.
Well, I mean, I would be playing it on stream, ironically, because it said it's an actually all good horror game. Like, if it was just all the people are Scottish, I'm just like, okay, yeah, I could just watch those episodes with Samurai Jack if I really wanted to. But anyway, it was on the short list. And then other things keep showing. So in the next 2 to 3 weeks, if another horror games comes out, like, it's just what I'm doing this year, and I just have to embrace it. But if nothing comes out in the next 2 to 3 weeks, I'll actually play the Sam and Max series. And once you start it, like, then I can finish it, and then I can't. Then, you know, if freaking I don't know what the hell would come out. Tormented Souls 3, if that like slips in, it's like I gotta wait for Sam and Max to be done. We'll see. Anyway, I am looking forward to Sam and Max. It's just stuff keeps showing up.
Yeah, like, that's fine. I actually forgot you had that on the docket.
It's because it's been so long since I talked to you.
Yeah,
I bought it on a winter sale for Christmas. Goodness gracious. Well, at least I haven't died in the meantime. That would have just been ironic. Oh, is this what's happening? Hang on a minute.
Huh?
Oh, no, never mind. Oh, I see what happened. I tabbed out. I was like, I thought my controller died again. And I'm like, did my controller literally die on me right before the stream started? But no, I'm just not actually selecting the video game. I'm in no mood today. I don't know what's going on.
Say, you seem to be functioning at like 2%. You've almost drowned and then you couldn't breathe properly.
Yeah, it's a thing. It's a thing. Hang on. I don't know what it is. It's getting old. Now and again, like, I'll just be like, it'll be like, I don't know, 4 in the afternoon, and my body's just like, and we're done today. And I'm like, no, we're not. I have an entire 6 hours. You're like, nope.
Well, I mean, good news. This game is 90% going from point A to point B.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of cutscenes and then fighting. But anyway, back to this. It's Venat basically waiting for me to be done with this. Our last searcher returns. I'm afraid the Aureus no longer had the crystal, nor was I able to find it as I followed in its wake. Don't suppose you fared any better. A scintillating crystal upon which is stored some manner of esoteric concept. The crystal, well done. Wonderful. Now I can focus on your tale without the missing concept nagging at my mind. Have you always had a knack for finding things? I've often been asked to do so, or traveling and searching go hand in. I've often been asked to do so. Slightly more asshole answer. Oh ho, you two! Some of us seem destined to always be searching. For ourselves and for others. Long ago, when I held the seat of Azem, I was forever trekking back and forth across the star in search of answers to people's problems. Naturally, the need for such journeys has lessened considerably since I entrusted the position to my whimsical successor. Yet I am still eager to come running should an old acquaintance or new interest acquire my personal attention. That is what brings me to Elpis, in fact. Many times has my presence been requested, my opinion sought concerning the habitat of this or that creation. Agreeing to help locate that missing crystal was a minor distraction, which now promises to become a major revelation. How strange and wonderful it is that one way thing leads to another. Wouldn't you agree? Give me experience. Oh, I'm so close to leveling. Next time. Thank you again for your timely help. Now that it's his time, I return the stolen property. If you would go on ahead to my accommodation, I will join you as soon as I've attended to that task. Follow the path straight ahead of the building. I have the entire place to myself, so we can speak without being feared of being disturbed or overheard. Except overheard by the junkmonger outside. Junkmonger better keep their lips shut. You needn't be nervous of Venat. Those white robes mark her as one of fair and impartial reasoning. Aside from the emissary Elpis, such garb is worn only by those who have stepped down from public office to serve as advisors. Whatever you have to say, she will listen without judgment. Yes, it'll be far more comfortable than interrogating you on the side of the road. Cheeky. Welcome to my temporary abode. Please make yourself at home while I put on some tea. High-res tea.
A wonderful aroma. I feel more relaxed already.
Would that I had sweetmeats to offer, but I travel light out of habit. There's plenty of hot water though, so please have as much tea as you like. Now then, will you tell us your tale?
Here we go. A calamity called the final days has befallen this world. The world has been sundered, broken into shards. Mankind is being forced to flee the star. I don't remember. I think I picked final days the first time through. I was all business. Being forced to flee the star.
Why don't you start from the beginning?
Oh my god. So they're these twins, right? They're totally pricks and we make fun of them all the time. And then there's this tool dude with one arm. But hang on, when I met him he had two arms, right? It got cut off later. I'm getting ahead of myself.
Then I caught a fish that was this big.
Yeah, literally explaining the entire plot. I'm like, how many cups of tea do you have during this? I tried to, like, in the moment of this, I tried to go through in my head. If you had to sit down and describe in detail to people the entirety of this game's plot, how long are you sitting there?
Hold on a minute, guys. I'm gonna go to the bathroom again. Emmett, you've been in the bathroom 7 times. I know, I've drunk so much tea.
That's what I've been thinking too at the moment. Like, man, you must have to hold it in. Because you need that tea. Your throat's gonna be done after, I don't know, halfway through Heavensward.
Preposterous. Utterly preposterous.
I know, MSQ. We held it in the whole time.
While not the words I would have chosen, I too have my doubts. Much of it borders on the incredulous. What of you, Venat?
Not knowing the precise details of the fast final days, it is difficult to determine the veracity of the tale. Supposing it is all true, I must ask myself why I would do what I did. Why would I feel I had no recourse but to oppose the 14 and create this Hydaelyn? Circumstances change, of course, but it would not have been an easy decision regardless. No, there must have been a reason. One compelling enough to force me to take such drastic measures. Then there is the Elpis flower, which I said would serve as a guide. That it's of import to your mission is plain, but your presence here leads me to believe that this place also holds significance. But what could it be? What are we meant to accomplish?
More realistically, they probably just talked about the final days, which would be implied by the nature of the answers that the Warrior of Light gave. But I just like to think that they said start at the beginning, and I'm just like, okay, you want the beginning? Here's 2.0.
Might it not be simply thus?
It's funnier that way.
In the future, whence she came, the final days could not be averted. Mankind has no choice but to flee the star. By alerting us to that eventuality, perhaps you wish to pave the way for other futures.
Theoretically speaking, it is a possibility. Yet if that were my primary objective, I see no reason to guide our friend to Elpis specifically. The capital and Amarod, or even my own home would be more logical destinations.
True, true. I note also that Hydaelyn did not specify a point in time to which she must return. By this, it may be inferred that it was not critical that we should meet.
Alternately, she had reason to believe that our paths would converge, coincidental though it may seem.
This is quite a puzzle, and we do not have all the pieces.
Hardly any, but we do have one immutable fact. If the final days are indeed as described, they will bring death to all that I hold dear.
Make sure to tell Amick how much of a dick he was. That was part of the explanation. As part of Shadowbringers, just like, Amick, I had to kill you.
Yet despite being afforded long years of preparation, the only provisions I could make were for flight. Nay, my first and foremost endeavor would be to find a way to forestall the coming doom.
Given that even the 14 failed, mayhap you deemed it impossible.
Nothing is impossible. This I have always believed. And if Hydaelyn is indeed me, she would believe the same.
Listen to yourself. Are you seriously entertaining the notion that you are a messianic figure in some far-fetched tale? Well, I will not. I refuse to accept that our world could be undone by some unforeseen calamity. I also take offense to my portrayal as a megalomaniacal madman. To sacrifice
I didn't call you that, I called you a
myself
twat.
for the star is a noble act, and I would hold those who gave themselves to this zodiac in the highest esteem. Yet, you claim I recreated Amarot and populated it with phantoms of our people? A bizarre indulgence that would be insulting to their memory. Worse still, I even invited you there. Literally invited my own downfall. Why would I do something so idiotic and inexplicable? Now, I will allow that the hypothetical task of restoring our world would be daunting in the extreme. The thought of having to bear such a burden for 1,000 lives horrifies me. But I would never forsake my duty. I would never forsake my brethren. You do not know me. I've had my fill of your fiction. I will return to my duty, and you will not bother me again.
Emmett Selk, wait!
You've seen much of Elpis already. If you have any observations to share, I should like to hear them.
Still trying to make sense of it all. I picked something sensible the first time.
I see. Then for now, it might be best that we follow your lead and investigate he who will become Fandaniel. And if Dynamis is the selfsame energy as Akasha, as it likely seems, we would do well to learn more about it.
Ah, it didn't actually matter what I chose.
With that settled, it is time for action. The missing pieces of the puzzle are here, I'm certain of it. And when you find them, the picture my future self has painted will be complete, and you will have your answer. And suffice it to say, I will aid you in your quest.
Yes! Yes! Oh no, he didn't finish his tea. Well, he didn't finish that cup. Again, everybody had like four kettles of it.
If Emmett Selk is the man Azam described to me, we've not seen the last of him.
Oh, they cleaned up. Look at this. You think the warrior would help with the dishes? That's all. That'd be the polite thing to do. So we begin our investigations then. I'm acquainted with Hermes, of course, but only as a visitor received by the chief overseer of Elpis. Of the man himself, I know only that which is common knowledge. Thus, I suggest we fall back on the tried and true method of conversing with the locals. The observers who live here could surely tell us more of Hermes and Meteion. I have a good idea of where we might begin. Let's talk to 3 people. After we talk to you again.
Oh, I do love this game. I also love making choices that don't make a difference. It's my favorite thing in video games.
They hit that one relatively well. They are horrible about it in a later expansion that we won't talk about because we're getting close to actually being able to talk about it legit. Anyway, see the woman standing in front of yonder building? Her name is Ismene. Oh, Big Art Server, can you do that every time we say Ismene's name? That was just perfectly timed. She's the one who made arrangements for me to stay in Elpis, and from what I can recall, she has had her position here for quite some time. Chances are she can provide us with some insights. Go and ask your questions. I'll help with drawing out answers if need be, but I leave the choice of topic up to you. Oh, we're talking to one person. Such confidence, Venat. I guess when you've been the Azem for as long as she is, you get that down. You're just like one person. Questions for me? Well, I suppose I have no other pressing duties at the moment. Oh, one of these.
Oh, whenever I see that text box come up, I'm just like, yes, more of this gameplay. I love it.
Hello. Desperately curious about Chief Hermes. I was wondering if you might indulge her. I still remember back when I failed this on purpose just to spite myself and no other reason all the way back in Shadowbringers. I'm just like, I hate this so much. I'm just going to make myself do it for longer. His interest. He's an authority on flying life forms and has expansive knowledge of living creatures in general. Is that what you wish to know? I describe him as a person, as a colleague. He's a quiet man, reserved, you might say, and occasionally somewhat poor with his choice of words. His reticent nature, however, does not prevent him from carrying out his duties as chief overseer. Is there anything else? How long has Meteion been here? Cannot rightly say. As a chief's personal creation, Meteion has not been subjected to observation and study like other concepts. So one day, she was simply there, and what do you make of her abilities? I understand that she is highly unusual familiar, able to read emotions and communicate directly with one's mind. Exactly how she was created with that talent, however, is a mystery to me. My apologies. I wish I could explain her nature in more depth, but I've not had an occasion to discuss it with Chief Hermes. Do you wish you knew him better? A chief may not be the most gregarious individual, but he engages with us as is necessary for everyone to perform their duties. I wouldn't want to intrude upon his privacy for the sake of curiosity. Though, if you wish to learn more about Meteion, you could try speaking with Timaeus, another expert in the creation of flying concept. He should be conducting his observations on the banks of the stream somewhere to the east. Unless you take a particular joy in rambling discourse, I suggest you keep your questions concise. Oh, we're done. Let me out. Let me out. For free.
Glad we couldn't skip this.
It gives you the sense of immersion, but for that specific scene, did we need it?
Dude, I'm trying to get to the extreme and get world first, and this dude is yapping my ear off.
Supposed to be split up. I continue making increases to resident observers. You can track down the colleague Ismene as mentioned. While I did feel compelled to interject once or twice during the previous conversation, you seem more than capable of drawing forth the answers you seek. All I ask is you watch your footing around the stream.
Yeah, Flame, watch your footing around the stream.
I know. Don't want to just step in it in the middle of the stream. Again. Magnus won't be in the stream, so I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, they didn't invent the Rothgar here yet.
Not yet. There's no side quests about it
either.
either.
Ruin and plague the world.
There is the I think Rothgar was a mistake argument that is compelling and fascinating, except for the fact that is literally why I started playing this game. Actually, I would have been a Rogadin. I would have been a Femro. That would have been arguably better. But it gets to be trash, which means I'm at home here. Yes, I am Timaeus, but please keep your voice down. You'll startle the birds. Oh, we get it again! Yes. Maybe this is one we can fail. Oh, I'm so excited, he said, not actually being excited at all. Chief Hermes' work, a worthy subject indeed. Those beings which soar through the crowds, majestic and graceful, are ever a favorite of creators. Even now, with so many varieties in existence, the flood of newly imagined concepts continues unabated. There's one agent running around who's like, I think lion people are neat. There probably is. There's probably like Hythlodaeus knows about that section of Academia and Nider. And so if somebody comes in, he's just like, he just gives like a practice smile and he's just like, aisle 12. But, you know, for polite company, we stay away from aisle 12. What sets the chief's creations apart, however, is how they benefit from his boundless knowledge of the celestial realm. Birds that climb so high that they disappear from view, others which traverse the boundless sky in moment, and all without riding the currents. I know of none save he who can conceive of such marvels. Even we who prize elegance of form above all else are dumbfounded by his genius. Meteion 2 is a marvel, then? Opinion of that matter would be superficial at best. Despite my admiration for Meteion as a concept, I've never delved too deeply into the inner workings of her nature. I know she has a gift for communicating via emotions, but otherwise her abilities are a mystery to me. If Chief Hermes should choose to submit Meteion's concept to the Bureau of the Architect, then will the design be registered for public scrutiny? Analyzing a colleague's creation before that step is frowned upon, to say the least. Of course, if he came to me, a fellow artisan, looking for advice, that would be an entirely different story. You know of... I can tell you more of Meteion's nature if you like. No, do not... Unless you were sharing such information in the hopes of receiving a constructive opinion and the application of advanced creation techniques that would be practically obligated to. Yes, we got there. I know. Oh, look! Instead of just bringing up a dialogue option with the other one, I'm just gonna have you say it. Those terms do sound vaguely familiar. Was there not a flower made here in Elpis with secluded properties of one or the other? It must have been centuries since I last heard of anyone speak of such things. And you know how they relate to Meteion and her design? Why bring up the subject? I'm flattered that you sought my insight, but I cannot afford to neglect my duties for the sake of idle chatter. Gone. Get me out of here. If you give the Beer of the Architect any thought, the amount of stuff in there, which boils down to, I just think that's neat. What are you gonna do? You're in paradise. You live forever. You have nothing to do but just create anything you can think of. Oh, she finished her own investigations. Have any new findings to share? Yeah, that guy's weird. Even an expert in the field had a little understanding of Meteion's capabilities, let alone an awareness of Dynamis. My questions resulted in much the same answers. Hermes' colleagues view Meteion as his personal project and could provide no details beyond those which you just told me. Which leads me to believe that the only person with any significant knowledge of Dynamis is Hermes himself. Yes, we've made some progress here, but more information is needed for you to reach any definitive conclusions. I think 92 is when I learned something cool. And by something cool, I just mean a new one button. At present, the strongest link we have to the final days is the power of Dynamis and the entelechies which can control it. Yet most scholars are only vaguely aware of these terms, let alone study them in any depth, except for Hermes, it seems. Thus, I am inclined to stay our current course and learn all we can about the Chief Overseer and his familiar. There isn't a bad race except for male Ora. Goated opinion. Not sure which ancient is responsible for them, but it's good the final days got rid of them. I think the original explanation for the divergence of races is that we evolved slightly differently after the Sundering to adapt to being weak bitches. And so, yes, and then some people became Ora males, which is the objectively wrong choice. Ora females, however, objectively correct. They were so close, yet so far. Why be Magni when you could be Sadu? Just wait. That's how you can tell that the writers have gotten their groove back, is if in 8.0 there's an Ora male who's actually cool. Bringing up the race from both ends. Otherwise, it'll be a trash expansion. We'll just have to find out in like 2 years. Anyway. All else to note you could tell me about Meteion aside from unorthodox methods of communication. She and her sisters were created to journey the stars and look for intelligent life. What's up?
I don't think the next expansion will take 2 years.
Next year? 2028?
It has to be soon. Kinda does have to be soon for them because this game's gonna fucking die if they wait 2 years for the next expansion.
It would be 2027 because next month is 7.5.
Yeah, it might be either extremely late 2026 or 2027.
No, I think 5.5 is in November.
I thought it was September.
Maybe it is September. It's near the end of the year. So 2027. Well, like maybe next year to the day. March 25th, 2027. I'm calling it.
All right, keep that date. If it ends up being the release date, Flame Dragon, I'm gonna need you to predict the next week's lottery numbers.
Oh, dude, I don't even. Dude, I've been playing Win 4 in this game forever. I've gotten 3rd place once.
There is one set of numbers I always play, and they have never shown up a single time in all the years I've played this video game.
I'm not that lucky. Rather, you should mention that earlier. In any event, would you care to elaborate? There's a whole bunch. Some of them are out there already. That sounds like a problem for an untested concept. These siblings of hers now travel the great expanse in search of deeper meaning. Thank you. Though the mystery at hand remains unresolved, I feel you've touched upon a vital clue, one we should keep in mind as we continue. Next, I propose we take ourselves to Peripeteia Crystalline. Not far from here. Just follow the path to the vest.
I think Venat is just making up words, knowing that you cannot prove her wrong.
I am now actually. Actually, you know what? This is the Warrior of Lights map. So she went and wrote down Peripeteia Crystalline. Everybody else just calls it the bridge. 100% my new headcanon Venat is fucking with you. And what are you gonna do? Call her out? First off, you don't have any reason to call her out. Secondly, what are you gonna do? It's Venat.
I mean, if there's anybody in this zone that I'd be fine having a little bit of a troll session, it'd be Venat, of all people.
She earned it. She's earned it. And she saw you for 15 seconds, and she's just like, you're from the future. Her analytical mind is peerless. She just has you figured out. She knows your every move, so she'll have a filly with you. Venat is a huge Greek nerd. She's one of those attractive nerds, isn't she? And that you look at her, you're just like, wow, you're cool and popular. And then she's just like, oh yeah, I just spend my nights reading Greek tragedies. You're just like, what? You're too cool to be a nerd. This tower and the one further along are both part of Peripeteia Crystalline, the facility where they archive all of Elpis's observational and testing records. Despite how they appear from the outside, the interior is actually a vast area of magically interconnected spaces, which, while fascinating, is not the reason we're here, is it? I shall cut my architectural lection short and see what these two archivists have to share. If you could find someone to speak with over at the other tower, I shall join you there anon. OBS says no drop frame so far. And actually, thank you for bringing that up, because after I dropped tens of thousands of frames on Saturday, I've been paranoid about it ever since. But it could still be YouTube.
I've had the YouTube stream up. I haven't actually seen any on my end personally.
Okay.
Yes. No, I haven't had it up all the time, but I've had it up fairly often, and I haven't seen it skip.
Yep. Hopefully when you come back, it'll be better. Hopefully he comes back.
Also, Tess, I don't think being on the same internet should actually not make a difference in this case.
Yeah, well, meaning that, like, if it's like if he asks Tatsu, like, if I have streaming problems, then he's gonna have streaming problems. You know, meanwhile, like, Night Fiend's on different internet, you're on different internet. So, really, the question is why Tatsu answered. He's being polite.
He's being nice. He's joining in. He's making sure we're on the same page.
Yeah. See, Tatsu's a nice guy. Be cool if you hang out with him like all the time. Who does that? That must be somebody who's accidentally stumbled into the correct answer. Anyway, you have questions for me? Certainly. Just a moment while I conclude my current appointment. To provide a comprehensive log of those behaviors, we shall then have sufficient data, blah, blah, blah. You need to reverse the warp nacelles in the structure array. Oh, sure, I'll go off and do that. Talk to me about Dynamis. Chief Overseer's personal research project, and by that I assume you mean Meteion. Such undocumented studies are difficult to track. After all, hardly a day goes past without seeing a researcher trailed by one creation or another. I'm afraid I cannot tell you exactly when Meteion appeared, only that she now spends most of her time at Chief Hermes' side. Although I do recall an interesting tale my dearest Galeen shared with me. Galeen is my partner and a fellow researcher here in Elpis. She was returning late one night when she caught sight of Chief Hermes sending Meteion heavensward. A host of them. All the way to Ishgard. For several days, she would speak of that scene with wonder, describing it as one of the most beautiful spectacles she had ever witnessed. Sounds like a story I should like to hear. Mistress Venat, I thought you had already returned to the surface. Permit me to thank you again for your invaluable contribution to our concept placement proposal. Pray do not mention, as you say, my original plan was to leave after that task, but I have since become engrossed with Chief Hermes' research. Would you favor me with retelling the sight which so delighted your Galeen? Go get her. She's to be observing the subject in Metabaseos Thalassai. Metabasios? Metabasios, because there's Anabasios. And I only know it said Anabasios because that's the lyrics in the song that you're singing while you're punching Athena in the face. She does enjoy her time there, watching the sea creatures hunt and play, gazing upon the salty waters of the world's oceans, recreated in such sublime detail. I imagine you must find similar joy in indulging your boundless curiosity, Mistress Venat. Even though such pursuits must continually and regretfully delay your return to the star. Indeed they do. 'Tis a rest well-deserved and long overdue, I should think. How greatly have we prospered for the wisdom you accumulated during your travels as a Zem. And what would Elpis be without your earlier academic work? The theories you developed serve as the basis of many techniques still in use today. Man is a creature of contemplation, but none embody that nature with as much endearing passion as you. Man, just diddling her in front of everybody. It's awkward. She's taking it in stride, though. She's heard it before. Allow me to reconfigure the door to the archives here. It'll take you up to the Skyway and spare you the need to avoid hostile concepts on the ground. That would be most helpful. Alright, once you pass through the door, simply walk straight across to the next tower and ask for admittance to the upper tier. Upon arriving at the upper tier, walk across, walk. Watch out for that first step, it's a doozy! It's an approachable archivist. Venat, do you do silly things? Towerhead is still part of the... Nope. Just passing through. Allow me to prepare the path. If you need further assistance, there's always an observer or two on the upper skyway. Hello, Snooty. We're on a bridge. Charlie! We're on a bridge, Charlie! It's an unhurried observer. I was told told to expect. We should have prepared an official welcome. No need for fanfare. I only wish to speak with Galeen if that might be arranged. Of course, I'll inform her immediately. She may be engaged in a testing phase. You could be in for something of a wake. Should I let her know your business is urgent? That will be necessary. This lovely view will keep us occupied until she's ready to receive us. Yeah, we're hanging out with Venat. It's like the best time to be part of the stream. Oh, we get the line too. Get ready for the line.
A delightful breeze and a breathtaking view. What is it like in the future? Is the world still a beautiful place?
It's more beautiful here.
Elpis is a place of exceptional beauty in this age, so it may not make for a fair comparison. While we wait, will you not tell me about your adventures?
Oh, now, okay, so...
Well, not the portentous events which led you here, but the simple delights all your own.
How do we tell Mom that we've been skipping all the side quests?
By learning about the future world, I may gain insight into future me's plans. But more than that, I have an interest simply as a fellow traveler. Short of going somewhere oneself, there's naught more stirring than hearing another's account.
You want me to tell you about the brothel? Oh, she just heard about the brothel right there. No clothes anywhere.
Incredible. Would that I could have been there to see it.
And she's on board with it.
Yours is a harsh and unforgiving world. Yet in spite of this, your brethren hold fast to their virtue. To know that the light of mankind's potential still shines, even in that faraway place, it gives me heart. Thank you for regaling me with your tales. I will treasure every
Tales.
word.
Tails, I see what you did. Venat's on board. Oh my god, she's on board with this.
As you know, I was once a scholar. And among other things, I sought to understand the workings of the world. What exactly is ether? How formed the laws of nature? Whence sprung mankind? Riddles and mysteries beyond counting. Over the years, I have managed to find answers to some few of them. Yet rather than attain a sense of mastery, the more I understood, the more I came to hold the world and its miracles in awe. We too are miracles, each and every one of us, born of the warm breath of life that traverses the heavens, swirling through eternity. When I fully grasped the improbability of our existence, nothing felt impossible anymore. If it could be imagined, it could be done. A passion swelled within me, an epiphany dispelling all preconceptions of what was natural and true, and a presence without. Immense, yet intimate. Fate, perhaps, holding us in its tender embrace. As reassuring as it was intimidating. How keenly aware I became of creation's fragility, built as it is upon precarious happenstance. I was overcome with an irrepressible urge to know the world more intimately, to hear its voice, feel its breath.
Are we gonna think something about it?
I ventured forth on a journey that very day, so very long ago now. Freed from presumption and prejudice, I saw the world through a newborn's eyes. Everything fresh and new, and so beautiful. Lands that stretched on forever. Skies one could drown in. The heartbeat of nature, silent yet strong. And amidst it all a people. Beacons of light and life. Laughter that warmed my heart like naught else before. They are my meaning, and my purpose, my love. And so long as they need help, I cannot return to the star. Perhaps my future self is still waiting for it. The moment she can let go and walk unto the end.
She said it!
Safe in the knowledge that man will find his own way. You, who are our future, tell me this, and tell me true. Has your journey been good? Has it been worthwhile?
Pray forgive my lateness. My observation subject was rather irritable, and it took a while to settle it down.
Yes, Venat. The answer is yes. I'm not going to let that hang. That would be dickish.
No need to apologize. Your work takes precedence. Besides, we had a pleasant conversation in the meantime.
You're too kind. Now then, I'm told you wished to ask me some questions.
Indeed. I've an interest in one of Hermes' creations. Meteion. You witnessed a host of them take flight, yes?
Oh, that! Yes, I did. It was in the dark of the morn. I'd left the Thalassai after nocturnal observation. As I walked along, I spied a bright light climbing high into the southeastern skies. Then, in an instant, it was gone, like a shooting star, only rising rather than falling. But then another shot up, then another, and another. Intrigued, I made my way to the edge to investigate. And who should I spy on an isle to the south but Hermes and Meteion, the Meteion, rather. There were lots of them, and I realized they must be the shooting stars that I'd seen.
A dazzling spectacle indeed. Have you spoken with Hermes about this?
Oh, yes. The sight left such an impression on me that I approached him about his mystery project the very next day. Alas, he said that he couldn't reveal anything just yet, that he needed to conduct further tests. It shouldn't be long now, though. He often returns to that isle, and I have a feeling he's nearing a breakthrough.
Splendid. We are likewise eager for the details. Well, that is all we wish to ask. Thank you for taking the time to indulge our curiosity.
You're very welcome. It's always a pleasure to speak with other inquisitive souls. Oh, and will you be descending now? If so, I shall link the doors for you.
Please.
I think Venat has a two-person mount and she just wants to walk. She's got to be attuned. Another piece of the puzzle falls into place. From what we've learned thus far, I think we can safely conclude that Hermes hasn't been revealing the details of his research to others, which suggests that either someone will appropriate his discoveries and make use of them, or that Hermes himself will have a hand in causing the final days. Since we have no reason yet to suspect the former, we should consider the latter the more likely possibility. Proceeding under that assumption, our next step would be to divine why, or even if, he might desire such a terrible fate for our star. Would you like to visit the site from which Hermes set forth the Meteion? If we are fortunate, then we might find some hint of what drives this research of his. Galeen said she spotted him in the southeast, rising from the isle she could see from the edge. If we stand at that same vantage point, it would not prove difficult to locate the isle in question. Keeping an eye out for side quests. I did the ones in the area earlier. How far along am I? Ah, there is one left. Two left. And and up here somewhere is the last ether current. I need me my flying. There he is. We ran across the zone to the next cutscene. Now, if I were conducting some mystery research, where would I go? You can barely see it in the fog, but how about that one? The actual island is actually slightly behind it, but you just can't see it right now. I wonder if they had to adjust the fog here, because if it was too thick, it would just be a black or a gray screen. Everything needs to fly. It's quite a distance away. I'm trying to attune. Inconvenient, but hardly an insurmountable problem. To me, Argos. My friend, would you mind creating a double to carry Viola here over to that island? Stubborn creature. There's no place on this great star we have not together traveled, and still she remains obstinate in the presence of strangers. Argos, this is rather exacting standards, I'm afraid. We were friends! What? You've ridden him before? Ah, your before meaning my after. Not at all confusing, that. Interesting. Certainly not unthinkable. But speaking of the here and now, a quick solution for us is to face off in a sparring match. That's how you know she used to be a Zem. I know the answer to this. Let's fight. Demonstrate to him that you are capable of holding your own against me in battle, and you should convince Argos that you are worthy of his back. Besides, I might even teach you a thing or two in the bargain. Seem doubtful, but useful lesson or not, it'll certainly be a moment to remember, a memory of the distant past to cherish. What say you, traveler out of time? Choose your battlefield. Threaten the warrior of light with a good time. How dare you? Clear your mind and prepare your weapons. I will await you at the clearing over yonder. I think my first time through I picked what if it was a bad memory because I thought Venat was just gonna demolish me. Because why wouldn't she? Talking about Venat trolling us. I know. We'll teach the dog that you could stand me in a fight. Just flattened you in one hit. Oh, sorry. Hang on a minute. Alright, yeah, so pay attention to her weapons. The entity is identical to the one you encountered in Mare Lamentorum, except this Argos is pointedly ignoring you. Shall we begin? Be warned, I'll not go easy on you. Oh no. Oh, I don't have Oginami Kiri! She's gonna wipe me.
Let neither side hold back.
Where is it? There it is.
My blade sings!
Nope, not that one.
My blade sings!
Nope, not that one.
Impressive. I shall have to try something different.
Yep, she's got her dancer weapons too.
No quarter.
Get it? She said no quarter, and then she started attacking in thirds.
Oh my god, you're right!
Have a taste.
Oh, I thought it was spinning. Is it? It is spinning. What's going on here? Oh, she's not spinning the way I thought she would be spinning.
I see you won't be easily overcome, but neither will I.
Yep. Okay. Oh yeah, the AoE's not nearly as big as I was afraid it was gonna be.
Prepare yourself.
Yes. You're not Shiva.
That attack is never getting called at anything else. Like, it kind of has just been a staple in the community ever since. Like, protein is another thing that will never change as well. We don't use proteins, we just use cloth spurs.
Whoops. Oh, she got that one.
Technically, Titan did use it first, you are correct, but it was sort of done in such a different enough way that people didn't really pay that much attention. There's also different variations of it.
Shed your burdens and show me your strength of will!
Boom.
You still stand. The people of your time are more resilient than I had dared hope. I have seen enough.
So, if this didn't work and I died, what then?
I don't remember that ball phase. I'm trying to remember if I did it as a... I must have done it as a Dark Knight.
To finish it, but clearly I underestimated you. One would think I never learn. I made the same mistake with Azem when we first sparred. Despite being less than half my age, her strength was astounding. As is yours. 'Tis plain you have weathered considerable hardship. Far more even than your tales would suggest. It seems we have both learned much on our journeys.
We have impressed dog. Thank you, Menthilia.
Now, I dare say he is warmed to you. A boon to be sure. He never forgets his favorites, and is ever eager to come to their aid.
So I got the impression from this that she was, this is probably another gear she wasn't engaged in, but she was hitting you pretty hard. And she also said, this, basically she said, this was supposed to knock you out, but you're pretty strong. Argos will soon have us standing on the very spot where Meteion made their departure into the night sky, and with luck we will learn something of Hermes' intentions. My hope is that we find no connection, no festering wish for oblivion. Then we might have Hermes and his considerable expertise working for us rather than against us. Let's move over to the edge before mounting, shall we? I'm bothered. That will allow Argos to catch the currents rising up from below and give us a smooth ride over to the isle.
Or did you say that out loud?
Sometimes I say things out loud that I shouldn't.
Because sometimes dialogue shows up, and then I assume I knew how you would respond, and I play it in my head in your voice. And I'm not actually sure if you've actually said it or not.
I know exactly what you mean. I said that one out loud this time. Clement Argos is back. We could be off. You know, I honestly can't remember the last time he carried anyone but me. Argos motions to his back with his muzzle. You've been given the go-ahead to hop on. Whee! This is pleasant. Argo certainly seems to think so. Ah, yes, this was the there was the dodo bird earlier on. The start of the, if you're on a mount, we're gonna have dialogue sequences. I don't mind them. It wasn't even that tree. Oh, it's not on the map yet. No, it's no. Oh, it's there. Noetophorion. Brace yourself for the landing. I wouldn't want you tumbling off at the last moment. Ooh, we got XP.
Quite a small place, lacking even the most basic equipment. The present may yield no clues, but we may yet try perusing the past. Have you done this before?
The echo.
So you cannot control the power freely. Worry not. I shall assist you. Come and stand before me. There are two ways to see the past. The first entails peering through the walls of the soul in the moment a subject is recalling a memory.
Walls of the soul.
The second requires no subject, and is instead a process of piecing together an event from ripples left in the ambient ether. As memories are etched upon the ether of the soul, so too are they etched upon the ether of the world. In this way can history be preserved. Such memories are given to fading, however, and can prove challenging to visit. But come, let us try. Close your eyes.
All units fully functional and proceeding on course towards their respective stars. Estimated time to completion of survey is 108 cycles. End of status report. Severing connection with shared consciousness. Did you hear that, Hermes? All is well.
Yes. Good tidings at long last. Every step of the way, I've been reminded how little we understand creation. How the universe defies imagination.
But soon we won't need to speculate. We'll know the answers. What others live for.
Indeed. And we'll owe it all to you and your sisters.
I wonder what answers we will get.
Whatever intelligent beings that exist out there are bound to be vastly different from us. Diverse in form and culture. Possessed of unique ways of thinking. Their conception of life and its purpose will be no exception. Completely and utterly unlike ours.
Utterly unlike... how?
I have no idea. Yet whatever answers we receive, I will not dismiss them out of hand. No. I will think earnestly on them all, and I will share them with our people, that together we may contemplate our own existence. perhaps then our star will become a better place. Not only for man, but for all life. Meteion, though I gave you wings to soar the heavens, I did not teach you how to walk the earth. So loath was I to bind another living being. In the course of your long journey, you will learn from those you meet. Learn to walk and run and so much more. And when you return, older and wiser, we will have a celebration to mark your homecoming and coming of age both.
Will there be apples? Covered in syrup?
And how are you supposed to eat them? Rather than food, perhaps a flower. Yes. Upon your return, I will gift you a beautiful flower.
Interesting that the line in this scene is actually said in a completely different take from later in the game. I actually thought they were identical.
Maybe obviously they re-recorded it, but...
So, what is your opinion?
Man, the graphical update really helps this backdrop. Couldn't say by just this moment alone. For being completely useless. About as close as you could be to an asshole. Just let Venat do all the work.
As you say, that was hardly conclusive. Yet based on what we witnessed, I find it difficult to believe that they would deliberately seek to end all life. Be that as it may, we cannot rule out the possibility that they will play a part in bringing about the final days. Perhaps unwittingly. In light of this, I propose that we reveal your tale to Hermes himself. If he does not wish for the final days, as we believe, he may well join us in pursuing a solution.
Break it time more. All right, Mom.
Then it is settled. Let us seek out our friend with all swiftness. 'Twould not do to let such a pure soul be blackened by tragedy.
Imagine if you accidentally let it slip and you called her mom.
She would totally just take it in stride. And then judge you quietly. Like not say it to you, but you would know that she was judging you, but she was being so polite about it. There are many number of places where Hermes might be in Elpis. But we could do worse than to look in Catistus Hyperborea, the largest facility. It stands on Ethosilitikos Boreas in the Northern Isle. I wonder, Viola, for an institution which claims to studiously research every species destined for release into the world, did you not question how they find room for them on so few islands? The answer lies within Catistus itself. I touched upon the practice before back at the archives, where vast areas stitched together out of multiple conceptual spaces. The same holds true for the interior of this facility and its magically constructed environs. 'Tis there, within those sprawling habitats, the chief observer and most of Elpis' observers conduct the bulk of their work. Come, the simplest route is via the Neuse north of Poitin Oikos. We get a new teleporter.
Our favorite place has been my favorite place has been mentioned.
What's your favorite place?
The dungeon.
Oh. Yes.
If you get the snake on the first one,
we were talking about that. We were talking about that last week. Snooty brought it up. He's just like, you really need to get the snake. And I'm just like, oh my god, I didn't even think about it. I'm so focused on all the cards. We didn't get the card in Paglethon. That would have killed me. Dead on screen.
I'm not kidding. if you get the snake, I'm actually going to resubscribe to delete my character from the game.
Don't do that.
I'm going to be so mad.
Ouch. That's a legally binding agreement if you say it live on a stream.
Well, that time I said I would change to a Burmese scene if one showed up.
Still waiting on the Burmese. Well, actually, we're
it's not.
By now, yeah, it's done and fucked. We didn't even get the Kikern reskin. That's the part that annoys me. You didn't even need to put work into it.
I mean, I knew it was a safe bet when I made it then, but this is less of a safe bet. This is like a 1 in 25.
How about a suicide pact? If we get the card and the snake, we both have to delete our main characters together.
The card and the snake. Okay, actually, I don't cancel each other out. If you get both the card and the snake, they cancel each other out.
Okay, fine.
Because that'd be insanely lucky to get both. Actually, you're doing it with trusts, aren't you?
Yes.
Do you know if you can get the minion with trusts?
I don't. You can get cards. I have cards.
Right. That's something I've never tested. But I know when I've done trusts periodically, when I did that time a while ago and I was running what was it, the first dungeon in Shadowbringers, if I can't remember its name.
Home Minister Switch.
Yeah, that's the one. When I ran that like 100 fucking times because I had to train the trust up.
Oh, you're leveling up the trust, yeah.
Yeah, I never got a minion a single time going through that.
That minion is a shitload drop rate, particularly if it was current content. That's the tiny Akita, right? I don't know if I've ever gotten that. I think I gave up and blew it on the market board. The news acknowledges my guest. You should now have the authority to use it as you wish. As for the way to Kissis Hyperborea, we follow this path and turn left at the crossroads. Oh, we got the minion. Okay, you can get minions.
If I have the reroll character, I'm gonna go female Rogadin.
Strong choice.
That was gonna be my actual choice, but back in the day when I made the character for this game, I had no intention of playing this for any longer than like a week.
Oh, the Ophiatoros. I spun and he spun to catch me. It's too good at the game. He must live. Compass does not detect any nearby currents. Oh man, all that exploration experience. I
actually made a female Rogadin in the EU servers when a small group of friends of mine wanted to play the game, but they stopped before like level 25, so we didn't really get anywhere with it.
That's fair. I do have a level 1 Femro that was before. I think I'd mentioned this. That was my contingency plan. Is that if they screwed up the Femroths, I was gonna do it as a Femro. But they didn't, thank God. I may bust out the Femro again one day. Though theoretically I do have a potato playthrough, I think I promised. Or a Banga, which is also never gonna happen, but you know. That will get me to reroll a character the next day. Saving the fact that it'll never happen. Here we are, the grandest research facility in Elpis. Let's head inside and ask after Hermes' whereabouts. Hermes is at another facility, as we have just discovered. Jana. Furthermore, we've confirmed that his studies into Dynamis, as well as his creation of Meteion, were entirely private pursuits. No one else we spoke with appeared to possess the chief's depth of knowledge on the subject, and neither did we hear any tales of stolen research. Which means that if Hermes himself harbors no desire to bring down an apocalypse, then he might be recruited to help prevent one. Or so saith the illustrious MSQ. According to your story, the 14 divined the connection between the celestial currents and the final days, but were never able to pinpoint the root cause of the calamity. With our people's greatest minds, not to mention Hythlodaeus' sharp eyes, committed to the pursuit of a solution, such an outcome seems inconceivable. The only possible explanation is if the nature of the catalyst was so inexplicable that even we failed to perceive it. And what better fits that description than invisible, intangible dynamis? Which in turn leads us to our next question. How did Hermes, in his role as Fandaniel, not recognize the subject of his own research? We must assume that he either knew and was unable to help, or that he was otherwise prevented from identifying the cause in the first place. At this juncture, all we could do is speculate. I don't actually mind playing through Dawn Trail again. First off, there's the skip cutscene button. Also, if you're skipping the cutscenes, then you get Dawn Trail gameplay, which is the good stuff.
Yeah, like, if I was forced to watch every cutscene again, I would rather just put the fucking play machinist and put the gun in my mouth. But
oh my god,
if we if it's just the gameplay, there's a lot of really good dungeon content.
Dude, yeah.
Dawn Trail, so I'd be fine with just speedrunning it that way.
Yeah, particularly.
Then I have to listen. Then eventually, at the end of it, I have to listen to Sveen listen to me again.
They fixed the line though.
I think I mentioned it before. I think I preferred the other version. The newer one kind of annoys me a little bit because it feels a little too try-hard in order to make up for it.
Overcorrected maybe, but it's something. We must assume that he either knew and was unable to help, or that he was otherwise prevented. Oh, I said this already. Got distracted by chat. To be clear, the Convocation does not tolerate acts of deception or malice. We are practiced at perceiving truth and would have known had Fandaniel lied to us. Hermes has no conscious wish for the world to end. Of that I am certain. It seems that there is more to this tale after all. We conducted an investigation of our own, you see. And we're going to get you caught up on everything that we just heard. How comforting. We seem to have reached the exact same conclusion. I see no reason to delay further. 'Tis time you brought Hermes into the fold, as it were. ... Does not mean I believe your ridiculous story. But as MSQ, I have a duty to examine any potential threat to our existence, no matter how ludicrous or personally offensive I find it. He was just being tsundere, guys. It's fine. How lovely. Our married duo has become a quartet. Past disagreements are no reason to reject collaboration in the here and now. I commend MSQ for his practicality. Do not approach me, do not speak to me, and do not dare presume to treat me as a friend. I am merely carrying out my duty. Back. I think the time for leisurely exploration is past. If I might have a moment to adjust my vision. There he is. On the next aisle over, Meteion is with him. Hermes appears to be in the midst of an observational study, but I suggest we hurry over before they venture elsewhere. Head straight down the path. We can teleport to Misopsis Euros from the device at the bottom of the slope. Cannot wait to get out of Elpis so I can read normal words. And then we're going to go right to Rides at Hand, and they're going to throw some mega duda at me. I swear to God. Hythlodaeus, and I said this in the beginning of the stream, that Hythlodaeus is holding this entire zone together until Venat shows up. I feel like that opinion has not changed a single bit. Hythlodaeus is an exceptional character. No. Click them. Sorry, you're 12 yalms away. You need to be 10 yalms away. You expect me to praise you and your progress. On the contrary, I'm simply surprised you made it this far. Then again, even with you slowing her down, there's no denying that Venat is an accomplished researcher. Her wealth of wisdom and experience is unmatched, and her achievements in creation magics, in any field, frankly, are nothing short of extraordinary. Though the singular brilliance which sets her apart can make her motive somewhat impenetrable at times. As her student and successor puts it, she's a force of nature, at once so close, at the same time so very distant. Miss Sapsi-Zero says, interesting that is the only region in Elpis which lacks a researcher hub. It is largely due to the nature of its observation sites, within they let loose creatures anticipated to be unruly and dangerous. I've also heard tell that this area is kept deliberately sparse in the event that, well, let's just say that no one should live near the noose, which provides access to a certain facility. They are close by, within the Hungering Gardens. There would be a circular enclosure. The gazebo. Make yourself useful and bring Hermes out here to us. If I were to go, they would assume I was only there to press him on the Fandaniel matter. Of all of us present, you stand the best chance of convincing him to put aside his work for the moment. But the creations in there are not exactly... then again, perhaps Viola can handle them. She did survive a bout with Venat, after all. Off you go to find Hermes, but do be prepared to come to blows with the garden's denizens. Oh no, we gotta go through the Hungering Gardens. It's a mining node down there, but I need metal. Oh, you're actually fighting. They're like, oh, they've dealt with this stuff for long enough. Let them have violence. Ogi Nami Carry was off by 1 second. Guess you had to sell this part. Oh, see if the B rank is up. It is not. Would it be here? Oh, maybe actually, maybe further north. Hang on. I don't see it. No B ranks, guys. Sorry. If you wanted to murder giant trees for sacks of nuts, you'll have to do it somewhere else. Yeah, B ranks are always up, but they're never in the same spot. You have to go flying around to their half-dozen spawn points. don't know if you're just looking for a cutscene trigger.
Is it not underneath all this?
It's on this. It's on this level because I went down. It'd be interesting. Hang on a minute. You have to just like scare out all of the fights? No, I'm just gonna keep going. Also, it'd be interesting if this effect happened more often. That you're just walking around a place and then all of a sudden some dudes just come after you. That would jazz it up if there's a place that was supposed to be more particularly hostile. And you're just running around, they just go like, hey, here you go. Maybe they are underneath this. That doesn't make any sense.
I really feel like it was. I think I had a similar problem with this quest.
So wait, we go across. There's a... Oh, there they are.
Oh, there they are. Never mind.
Viola, what are you doing here? I thought you were keeping Hythlodaeus and MSQ company. I'm keeping Venat company as he wants to talk to you. An important matter, and unrelated to my decision on Fandaniel, you say? Then yes, I will come, as soon as my work here is finished. It will not be long, I promise, but you should really wait outside the garden with the others. This is no place for idle exploration. Got Midgard Summer. All those exclamation points. All the side quests. There's some fun ones in here. I was prepared to swoop in if need be, but it's clear you've spaced your fair share of monstrous opponents. What is that ghastly odor? Briefly entangled in the denizens of Hungarian Gardens as well, I see. Or should I say smell? I cannot speak for certain Convocation members, but I for one am impressed with your fortitude. Well done indeed. Now that you've convinced Hermes to confer with us, let us pray that things will soon take a turn for the better. For as fascinating as it would be to meet the MSQ who would recreate Amarot in the depths of the ocean, I think it best for all concerned if such tragic events never came to pass. Be it in our future or your past, assuming yours is not truly written in stone. Naive hope that it is. Hermes says he would be not long, yes? Then we shall wait here until he emerges.
My apologies for keeping you waiting. I understand there is a matter you wish to discuss.
Aye. A matter of the utmost gravity, if one can suspend disbelief. Go on then. Tell him what you told us, who you are, and why you came.
He's getting the abridged version. I've done this twice already.
The final days.
The phenomena observed during these star-encompassing calamities is likely the product of a dynamis reaction, and none is more versed in the applications of this energy than you, Hermes. I must stress that we do not believe you would desire such destruction. We come not to lodge accusations, but to beg your wisdom. And so, distressing though the exercise may be, I ask that you share with us your opinion on the matter. On the assumption that our visitor's tale is true.
Once again, the weather effects coming in to add drama to the situation. Your opinion on the matter. Bright sun comes out.
Even you, Venat. As you say, the phenomena observed in the two calamities may both be attributed to Dynamis. Of note is the difference in its effect. In the first final days, it warped creation magics. In the second, it warped the people themselves. The key variable, I suspect, is the etheric density of the men of each age. As you know, ether, in essence, negates Dynamis. Harboring high concentrations of ether, we ancients cannot readily manipulate Dynamis, nor be manipulated by it. Therefore, rather than ourselves, the calamity affected our magics.
We ancients. What if your race is just called ancients? I'll have to assume that he's just referring to it as what Viola called them, and not that they just walk around calling each other ancients.
In contrast, having been sundered, the people of the future are composed of but a fraction of our ether.
Dude, I'm 37 and I call myself ancient all the time.
Fair.
Potential. But that would explain only the mechanism, not the cause. Though perhaps...
What is it? Even should it be a hypothesis, we would hear it.
Dynamis is an energy put in motion by feelings. Feelings for which there must first exist a source. A source to which the victims must be attuned. One that harbors the selfsame negative emotions. Elsewise it could not be the agent of such extreme change.
So it wasn't the stagnation of the celestial currents. Someone, or something, is instigating the star's demise.
So, we've a villain on our hands after all. Any idea who or what it could be?
The celestial currents comprise the outermost layer of the star's ether, encasing it like a protective sphere. According to your tale, it was where the currents were weakest that the phenomena first manifested. If the inciting factor came from without Aetheris, then its effects would first be seen in those locations.
Greetings. Can you hear me? Do not be alarmed. I mean you no harm. I wish only to hear your words, share your feelings, know your thoughts. May we please be friends?
Meteion. What is it?
We're having an entirely unrelated conversation. What's going on here?
Executing scheduled task, suspending individual self and connecting to shared consciousness. Connection established. Commencing status report.
It hurts, it hurts! It hurts! So hot, so cold, so sad. I don't understand. Make it stop. Please, make it stop.
Steady, Meteion. Steady.
So scared. So lonely. The pain. It's too much. Why? Why? Why do we
She's gone? But how?
Infuriating to just do this whenever they want. They could just make this the whole game. Just this. But it's these little fun-sized Snickers. And you're just like, can I just go to the store and buy a bag of these? No, you'll get one fun-sized Snickers and it's back to the marshmallow peeps. Gah!
She has altered her etheric density in order to blend in with her surroundings, an ability for avoiding confrontation.
Most effective. Frustratingly so. I can't see her either. Not even a trace.
Stay away. Please. This is wrong. My mistake. So please.
Are you all right?
No.
In your mind? No. We only heard her speak the instant before she vanished.
Of course. When communicating without words, Meteion also employs dynamis. That will explain why you were able to hear her when we could not.
Then you are our best chance of finding her. Follow her voice and try to track her down. Hindered though we may be, let us split up and search as well.
Oh, this is the Midgar Summer chase cam. Look at this. Calm your mind and sense questing for any hint of Meteion's presence. Now's your time to do the most hilarious thing ever. Ah, you goofed it. Meteion caused the final days. It wasn't her idea, but she did it. Oh. Can't quite. Ugh, I'm in the pit. No, we gotta go up and around. She is her sisters. They're clones. The only difference between the one with me, the one that we see and the ones in the stars is that those are the ones that got flung out there. You're fine to have your head cannon. I'm not going to stop you that.
I can stop it. I'm the fun police.
Okay. Well, we have the fun police here. I'm sorry. You're not allowed to have head cannons anymore. Does that include me, or is it just just a chat?
No, that includes everybody. The only head cannon that will exist will be the cannon that is aimed at your head.
I don't know how I feel about this, though. Look. If I can have my evenings in Twine, then we can have good burb as well. They live hand in hand.
Well, you know how I feel about your nights in Twine.
I can hear the sound of you dry heaving.
You can hear the sound of the hammer starting to warm up.
Bonk. There it is. Ah, here's a more suspicious disturb. Oh no, wait, I did this one already. Would they let me click it again? They would. Interesting. I got thrown off by the cliff.
It'd be funny if the text turned around and said, "Oh, you've already done this."
You've done this already. You'd think they would have like gotten rid of it. Guess not. I didn't know we were playing Persona today. Oh, no. There are no Hermes defenders here. Hermes did everything wrong. He's a complete moron. What the H? It is in the pit. Oh, nope, not that button. I should unbind G-pose. I don't know why I even have it on a bars. Oh! No, you're an A rank. Yeah, you're an A rank. Gonna give you all the space you want. Unless you are in the pit. Hang on a minute, there's arrows. Oh no, the arrows are side quests. Oh, here we go. Suspicious disturbance number 2. Seeps into my mind are voices reporting. Hermes mustn't hear them. I have to run to hide. Meteions anguished voice grows distant as the source seems to flee down the slope. Now we go into the pit. Strained to catch even the faintest whisper of human voice. I don't remember these scavenger hunts being nearly as egregious. Slightly more serious answer is that Hermes was looking for other opinions, and he couldn't find them here on the planet, so he went out into the stars.
Invented Twitter and got a whole bunch of them.
Yep.
The parallels between Meteion and Twitter are actually quite interesting.
Bluebird. Run by a sociopath. Greetings and salutations.
It started off so innocent and then...
Commencing report. I gotta run away. Please don't follow me. I'm going to follow you. Meteion's anguished voice fades as you sense her climbing to the top of the ridge. Came down here just to make me come back out. Because I don't have flying yet. Man, I was concerned that I would have an awkward amount of time before the dungeon. Not even at the gazebo yet. Suspicious disturbance. The reason we traveled the stars, why we sought out other life forms. Is this it? Is this the answer? Oh, it cannot be. It cannot be. Drifts off to the south.
Please, Yoshi P, I can't eat any more padding.
I do not remember this being this bad. I think in the moment I was like really, it was just like, where is she? What's going on? Like the mystery and everything's piecing together. He's like, okay, she's involved with this, but what is it? What is it? And now, like, we're just like, oh, like we know what's going on. We're just, oh, we got to go from disturbance to disturbance, drawing it out. Man. Oh. The map gave away the ghost. Acantha, not now. Oh, we're going towards the... Okay, we're going towards the gazebo now. We're almost out of it. Come on, listen. Listening face. Yeah. There it is. Compiling report for dissemination to Hermes and all peoples of Atheris. Processing expedition data. Preparing profiles and intelligent civilizations. Formulating answers to the question. Finalizing report. Oh, can't listen. Not allowed to listen. Please, towards the lake. Geez, that way. Panic and confused, which makes it all the more difficult to predict their movements. Hermes, what do you make of this situation? The media are linked to a single mind, a shared consciousness which connects them across any distance. I suspect something has happened which disrupts its usual harmony. How might we access this shared consciousness of theirs? Much as you would approach any sentient being, directly. In the Meteion case, it means speaking to any incarnation within physical reach. So unless we could track down the Meteion we just lost, we have no means to communicate with them. No way of knowing what befell their sisters, no way to provide directions or guidance. It would be best set our musings aside and concentrate on how we might find her. Ooh, stared right at the camera on that one. So, to be briefly more serious, the entire first part of Elpis was to show the noble intentions of Hermes, and then to mirror them with the nihilistic tendencies of Fandaniel earlier on. Everything else is just taking the piss. Oh my dear Meteion, what did you witness out there that frightened you so? Why did you seek to keep it from us? How terrible could it possibly be? Correct me if I'm wrong, but Meteion renders herself invisible by matching her etheric density to that of her surroundings, does she not? If so, could we not then disrupt your concealment with a surfeit of ether? Must have MXQ solidified your presence when we first met you. Don't be absurd. I can hardly channel ether into a recipient whose whereabouts are hidden from me. Which is why we must all work together. Viola will continue the search in the same manner as before, but this time with you in tow. Once she ascertains Meteion's likely location, you proceed to reveal our wayward familiar with a swift ethereal downpour. Very clever. And thankfully, she has made herself easier to capture by fleeing towards Lethe. Assuming she's made visible, it should prove no great feat to herd her into a corner. And then we have our plan. Viola and MSQ will be our tracker and trapper respectively, while the others predict and obstruct Meteion's avenues of escape. Yes, alright. Seems their partners for the time being is return to where we last saw Meteion and pick up the trail from there. I will keep myself in a state of preparedness, ready to rain down ether at a moment's notice, meaning it falls to you to keep the way clear. Something else to keep in mind is the thousands and thousands and thousands of years of just stewing on all of this. Also in Fandaniel's case, he is sundered and has gone through hundreds of, if not thousands of mortal lives. And then you add all of that trauma onto Amon and all the trauma that he went through with the Allegan Empire. Lethe is a Greek goddess of forgetfulness and oblivion, as well as the underworld river of the same name. It makes sense that we're going there for what we want to do. In this small circle. Why can't I fly? Are my functions being restricted? Hide. Yes, I'll have to hide. Went to the lake. I expect me to find one loser this time. We should be able to reach the bottoms of this drop by climbing down the rocks at the water's edge. Not even think of dragging me over the falls. Final days or no, if I end up drenched from head to toe, I swear I'll feed you to a remora. Oh, that's the other quest. I'm like, what the hell's going on over there? It's the other thing I picked up. All right, here we go. I think we're running out of these. They've got a delayed 30 minutes dungeon over time. there. That rock is she very well. Why can't I hide? No need to run. I'll cut your legs off. Thing is so faint. I'm not strong enough. Stay away. It'll break him, his poor fragile heart. Now we have a chance. Once the others are in position, the two of us can herd her into their midst. Any excuse to get that MSL snap. Hey guys, change the plan. Let's go to Pandemonium. Let's talk about Pandemonium. Is this news? Not news. Seems to have been left to the mercy of the elements. Either way, there bears no trace of Meteion's essence. We move on. That's right. He doesn't know about it. Oh, because I got in combat, I got pulled off a sprint. Oh, we surveying. Here it is. Ah, I got in the cutscene. Can't hit me. Oh, we were just there. Now she's running that way. Oh, waited for me to be out of the cutscene before to hit me. How nice of it. And I would like to get off of Mr. Bones' wild ride. That's a gazebo.
Give chase. We shall herd her into the shelter.
Please, Meteion. We must speak.
I'm sorry, Hermes. I'm so sorry. If someone can hear these words, then please... please protect them. Protect them all. Individual self-suspended. Connection with shared consciousness stable. Our survey is complete. We shall now report our findings. All units safely arrived at their respective destinations. Seeking answers to Hermes' question, we attempted to make contact with the intelligent denizens of each star. Results are as follows, in order of numerical code. Enna. Traces of civilization found. Structures believed to have served as domiciles. No extant life forms detected. Dio. Ruined remnants of buildings scattered across star, surface of which is encased in ice. Presence of life could not be verified. Tria. Evidence of large population centers, akin to cities recovered. No extant life forms found, only their lingering essence. Tessera. Edifices surmised to be abandoned residences found. No extant life forms detected. Deadly plague or extreme environmental degradation likely to have led to mass extinction.
They are all... dead.
Octo. Star found in state of violent conflict. Contact successfully made with inhabitants, but deployment of weapons of mass destruction resulted in total annihilation of local population shortly thereafter. Inea. Star is a barren desert. No identifiable flora found. Bones of living beings resembling men discovered beneath sands, but determination regarding their intelligence inconclusive.
Remind me, Hermes, what exactly was the question you entrusted to Meteion?
I tasked her with asking what others live for. What gives their lives meaning.
Did you consider what may happen if the premise of the question is flawed? To be able to answer it, one must be living and desire to continue doing so. But if Meteion finds no living beings in the course of her journey, or none who desire to live, what then? What answers would she derive from their silence?
Meteion, enough! Suspend your mission and return hither at once.
Values of code review, my friends.
Pente. Local civilization once flourished under auspices of higher power. Said power later laid waste to civilization in fit of rage. Upon revealing this to me, entity elected to self-terminate in lieu of providing answer to question. No other intelligent life forms found.
Turning a deaf ear, are we? We are taking Meteion back to Amarot. As I understand, we will need her if we are to bring back all of her sisters.
Yes. It isn't right, is it? It isn't right to turn away from the answer. Even if the answer is pain. Even if we aberrations must scream ourselves hoarse to be heard. Aye. Whatever answers we find, I will not dismiss them out of hand. These words I said to you, and I will hold myself to them.
What is the meaning of this?
Vulgar.
You cannot take Meteion, not until she has finished her report. All else must wait.
You fool!
Just pulling it out in the middle of broad daylight. You can't do that. There's laws. Oh, hello. Hello, bunny. What do we got? Nothing. All Hermes means to do is listen to Meteion's report, then it is his right to do so. But once he receives the answers to his question, what then? The fate of the world may very well hinge upon the choice he makes in that moment, and we must be there when he makes it. Why, Hermes? Why could you not leave well enough alone? Will these answers assuage the pain you feel when a creation is returned to ether? Have you never cast your accursed question to the distant stars? You may have one day learned to be at peace upon this one. There it is. Hermes is headed to considering the expansive dimensions of the place, we may even have a difficult time locating its ether. All I can say is that he entered from the rooftop and likely arrived at the uppermost point in the facility. So do we pursue it? Of course we pursue him. No matter what Hermes might be thinking, Meteion is a potential threat that needs to be brought under our control. The Convocation's duty to safeguard this star takes precedence over any personal stake in the matter. Yes? It is clear we stand on a precipice, but we have yet to determine beyond a shadow of a doubt that Meteion's the hand which tips us over the edge. Nevertheless, if we are to learn the truth of the final days, we must give chase. And even if neither Hermes nor Meteion is ultimately responsible, we cannot leave them to suffer this torment alone. Agreed on all counts. To Catissus Hyperborea we go. Oh, they're bringing us here in a cutscene. How nice of them. This is perfect. I quite frankly would have done a lot better without, I don't know, 20 minutes of that mucking about. But timing wise, this is pretty good. Because next week we're gonna start it on Catissus Hyperborea. We're gonna run the dungeon, we're gonna get the answer, we're gonna get the ultimatum. We're gonna hit all the points. So, we'll be here next week. Wait, oh, actually, hang on a minute. I just realized something. I was gonna do a bit where I play Fortnite on April Fools. But But I've not even set up Fortnite. I've downloaded Fortnite.
I mean, Fortnite takes like 5 seconds actually.
I also
they are so dedicated to getting people to play that fucking game all the time that it should be pretty easy to set up.
I guess I have to think about how committed I am to this bit.
I was sort of thinking of a bit, but I don't actually know if I can do the bit.
All right, hang on. So, I am probably gonna want to do Fictitious Hyperborea next week. I reserve the right to do something stupid because it's April Fool's. I kind of want to get this damn MSQ done, but
you've got a while to go. So.
We're so close to the final stretch. Like, Endwalker has been really good. The last, I don't know, 40 minutes notwithstanding. But,
like, I've got an idea for a dumb gimmick, but I don't know if I'll be able to do it because of recent circumstances. So, if I can't, then you should.
We'll have to have this chat offline.
Yeah.
I did. Ooh. I just remembered something. Well, anyway, I will be streaming next week, theoretically, so long as, you know, the internet's working. 0 drop frames today. Good, very good news. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens Saturday, but I'm optimistic. So we'll take it from there. We'll show on up for whatever the hell nonsense I'm up to, whether it's running a dungeon or not. Thanks everybody for hanging out, and